segments for stream, so I'm watching this video called Why Do Women Hate Sydney Sweeney, featuring Shoe on Head. Hooray. Why do women hate Sydney Sweeney? Do women hate Sydney Sweeney? Framing it this way to court the misogynist audience. At this point, surely she's aware of what she does, right? Pop culture tells us that Sydney Sweeney, it's time to talk about her.
So if you've been living under a rock, you probably haven't heard that Sydney...
The Chef John song is what I hear every time.
Hello, this is Chef John from foodwishes.com with something extra special for you.
He's great, but frankly, it's stolen.
Sweeny was in an American Eagle commercial.
My jeans are blue.
So some people correctly identified this is sort of like a rage bait thing that is working. American Eagle's marketing was like, ooh, what if we do like vaguely white supremacist stuff? And Sydney Sweeney's like, what do they call that? It's not viral. It's just regular fame. It's just like she's just one of the most famous women right now. And so they're like, okay, let's do this. It's a little sensational. American Eagle's traffic is down 9% for real. Well, it was successful in making people talk about it. That's for sure. That's hilarious though. It's also a reference to the super fucking yikesy ad they did in the 80s with a pantsless 14-year-old Brooke Shields. Well, as you know, they are fine with that. I mean, and this is what it is. Like, capitalism is going to be putting stuff like this out. This is so stupid. Okay. So now the cycle is thus, okay? You put out something that is like clearly right-wing coded to some degree, but it's like, you know, it's just a jeans ad, so it's like kind of meaningless, but it's not, because it's like a sort of a barometer on the culture, and also they're trying to figure out, you know, they're trying to profit off of all of this. She's sort of involved in this like weird right-wing stroke job where they're like, ah, yes, a blonde woman, don't you see? White supremacy must be valid now. I don't know. It's so weird. And then, so like, if you're a leftist and you're at all like, or even maybe even a liberal could see this, you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of, I mean, they're kind of talking about like white jeans, aren't they? Not just, it's a homophone, don't you see? And that's the joke. And then when you rightfully say, hey, doesn't that have white supremacist stuff going on? Like, it's fine that she has blue eyes or whatever and blonde hair, but like, you know, right now saying it, they know what they're doing. But saying that, just saying that, means that you're freaking out. You're a left-wing psycho and you hate Sydney Sweeney. Everyone, it's all up in arms. When all June ever does is like, I don't know. It's not different than Fox News, where they say they have one person on the internet, or a handful of them, and they say, look, this is everybody's mad. Like, I roll my eyes at this as a big wokey leftist that's like, okay, they're doing some white supremacy, rage-based stuff, kind of. Okay, cool, whatever. Most leftists are inoculated. Like, this is not the first white supremacist ad in America. It's not going to be the last. It's been happening a lot for a long time.
Sydney Sweeney has great jeans.
It is clever, so that's good. I can't believe their traffic is down. No, more people are talking about American Eagle than ever before. And it's down because people are like, wait, that sucks. That's funny.
Get it? Jeans? Because she's attractive? And she is. I can see why men like her.
Dude, is she trying to be quiet in this room? She's talking funny, I feel like.
A really cute face and a nice body. But personally, my favorite thing about Sydney Sweeney is that she's a Nazi. Did they mean to include a bunch of Nazi dog whistles in this? How the f did she agree to this? Actual Nazi ad. The only way Sydney Sweeney would be okay with doing an ad like this is if she was a Nazi.
This is Nazi shit.
So when they say Nazis, you hear hot women?
About the ad that is being racist.
Some of you guys might be too young to remember, but back in the day when an ugly girl was jealous of a pretty girl, she would simply call her a whore.
What the fuck? What? Back in the day, the way we externalized our internalized misogyny was to say, if you're pretty, you're a whore. Okay.
But that's a good thing now, so we have to call her racist.
It's a good thing now. It's nothing. Jesus Christ. You see, like, she just has to, like, virtue signal all the... It's good to have a lot of sex. They're saying it's good. It's good to have as much consensual sex as you want. If it happens to be a lot, I don't care. That's what it is. It's not, like, right-wingers cannot, like June and her husband and all them, They cannot understand how when we say it's fine if you have promiscuous sex, I don't care. They're like, oh, so it's a virtue now? You're saying that everyone should just fuck willy-nilly all the time, that we should just all be loose sluts? For one, I think the world might be a little bit better if you allowed yourself some sluttery. There's nothing wrong with it. But, like, I don't think most people are comfortable with that, and I'm also fine with it. I'm fine if most people are just, like, less weird about sex. It's really just that. They can't even get there. They're just like, oh, so you think that's what makes a good person? To be a whore? Like, with sex positivity comes, like, the loss of thinking that having lots of sex or being a sex worker or something or otherwise being labeled as promiscuous is, like, bad. It doesn't mean that we're just like, yes, everyone whore around. It's not for everybody.
I am going to be completely honest. I have no idea what movies Sydney Sweeny is in. All I know, she is a very popular celebrity, and I always see discourse on Twitter about her being mid. What is wrong with you people?
I feel like I've seen that from right-wing accounts. And it swings, right? It's whenever they think they can use her on their political side, she's over here and she's mid. And then, like, I have seen misogynist, like, progressives, like fucking Kamala Harris defenders. I have seen them do misogyny plenty. So I guess maybe.
It's not mid nowadays. I saw Anne Hathaway get called mid the other day. Anne Hathaway. If these women are mid, I'm like a sub-zero. I'm like a -2. I am like a horseshoe crab on the bottom of the ocean. Horseshoe crabs are pretty base, though. 445 million years, no evolution. That's me. Millions of years on YouTube, no evolution. Sydney Sweeny has, like,
I can agree with that.
Like a fun, bubbly personality. She seems like she enjoys being feminine, and it seems like she doesn't hate men, which is a big plus. She really plays in...
Doesn't hate men. I don't know, man. What celebrity is out here saying she hates men? I don't understand. As a group, men are responsible for all the sexual assault, basically. Like, all of it. All the pedophilia. All the fucking violent crime. The war. Like, it's pretty clear there's a problem with how we socialize men. And you're saying, no, the traditional man is good. And it's like, men are not happy, but they're trying to claim happiness through this traditional mean. And it's just not viable. Women don't want that life. Not most of them. I don't even know what's a traditional woman. Certainly not what June's got going on. You can't fucking talk in a traditional marriage. You can't be out here saying anything. You can't be presenting yourself in front of other men. What if they witness you and bear witness? You must cover your face in sackcloth.
Into the, like, I'm a hot blonde bombshell, I have big titties thing, which, are we back to liking titties as a society? Didn't Kim Kardashian deflate her ass recently? That's how I knew the ass fad was over. The fall of Kim Kardashian's ass and the rise of Sydney Sweeny.
I think everybody likes stuff still. I think everybody likes titties, always has. The left certainly likes titties. You just said being a whore was bad. So titties is good. Expressing that you have titties or showing your titties bad. Having titties good. Doing nothing with them. Non-sexual titties. Pick a lane, man. This is the weird right-wing thing. Like, right-wing men especially who drive the culture on this are like, we should sexualize women. They need to be blonde with big titties, and they have to have like plump lips and Republican makeup. And they have to be a certain way, and they also have to be mothers, and they can't, they can't be career women, but they have to be, successful and clean, and they go to the gym all the time, and do all this shit. And leftists are just like, yeah, you just be the woman you are. And you're like, oh, woke, disgusting. I don't have any expectations. Be whatever kind of woman you want to be. It doesn't matter to me.
Ass, No, I don't objectify women. I respect women, okay? The only thing that matters to me is a woman's mind and thighs.
The woke outrage over Sydney Sweeney's ad has gone from, well, bad to worse.
Some people have taken
the woke outrage. This is manufactured. No one's outraged. The outrageous thing is that you're pretending people are actually outraged. No one cares. No one actually cares. I'm getting cynical about this whole process. Corporations know that they can monetize discourse or whatever the fuck. Like, this is just part of it. This is just part of it. Talk about this. Talk about this. Talk about this.
Issue with the phrase great genes being used over images of a blonde, blue-eyed woman.
If Sydney Sweeny is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
TikTok and Twitter absolutely blew up with thousands and thousands of people calling this ad fascist propaganda. Yes, they literally took the jeans and jeans pun to be some kind of Nazi dog whistle because Sydney Sweeny is an attractive blonde-haired, blue-eyed woman.
The math is crazy on that. They think it's a Nazi dog whistle because Sydney Sweeny is a blonde woman. No. It's because the ad is saying that. It's because that's what the ad is saying. Typically, the way you would avoid doing this would be to get other people in the ad that weren't all blonde-haired, blue-eyed women. But the ad doesn't work if you don't, because my jeans are blue because they're blue jeans. It would be weird with every race, though, especially if you matched them to jeans.
Which apparently has been an extinct species for so long in advertisement that when people saw this, they got scared and thought they saw the ghost of Hitler. Is Sydney Sweeny a Nazi? No. But do these people kind of have a point about this ad? Also no. They are unwell. But let's hear them out. Let's watch some of these TikToks. Let's listen to them. Listen to their points. We're not going to be mean. We're not going to own the libs, okay? We are going to hear them out.
You guys are complaining about that Sydney Sweeny jeans ad, so I went and saw it.
That's Nazi propaganda.
Oh!
It kind of is. I guess for the unwoke, it's just... We're just so woke, bro. How can you be so naive to be like, nah, they didn't know that that's what they were saying? Come on, that's what they wanted the buzz for saying the thing. They knew this would go viral for this reason. It was like planned.
Holy 2014 Tumblr. What the f? Out here looking like she walked straight out of a Stone Toss comic. Looking like you're going on the thumbnail of this video. Listen, if your bangs end in the middle of your forehead, you don't have to tell me your political opinions. I know them. I can tell. Okay, sorry.
The bangs? She looks good? What? I can tell if you're not in Republican makeup, then you have I know your opinions, I guess. Doesn't June wear a wig? Yeah. She pulls on her hair nervously and she's gets wigs. She wears many different wigs. I don't know. I don't understand why she would begrudge someone's natural hair. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. She's literally insecure about her own fucking hair problems.
Sorry, I got it out of my system. Let's continue.
I will be the friend.
It's just strange.
That's too woke because those Sydney Sweeny American Eagle ads are weird. Like Nazi propaganda weird.
So this commercial was apparently a reference to an old Brooke Shields commercial from the 80s.
The secret of life lies hidden in the genetic
Oh, good, a child.
code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. This may result in the origin of an entirely new species, which brings us to Calvin's and the survival of the fittest.
The outrageous thing is that she's 14 here, and they're sexualizing her pretty obviously. Shouldn't you want to pass your genes on with this 14-year-old? Oh, yeah, what if I hate both ads? Yeah, I just don't like them. I wouldn't say hate, personally. I mean, it doesn't bubble up that much emotion for me, or most people. It's just like, yeah, obviously these are stinky ads. Next thing, please. But they keep talking about it because they want to talk about Sydney Sweeny. She has a clickable situation going on. You'll get clicks if we talk about Sydney Sweeny. Editor, put Sydney Sweeny in the thumbnail, put shoe on head in the thumbnail, put a red arrow pointing to something.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh my god, she turns into a swastika. She was like 14 in that ad, by the way. Really creepy. So at least Sydney...
Okay, so now you're a woke freaking SJW. Oh no. It's really creepy. You're a oh no, she's so woke. Oh, June's outraged. Like, come on, see? Stop the video now.
Sweeny is of legal age. 14 is actually pretty old for Brooke Shields if you know her history and her lore. If anything, that is...
Why are we framing it like it's her fault? The way you said that was like, oh yeah, and then Brooke Shields, as a teenager, it was her fault that she got exploited.
The most f***ed up thing about this Sydney Sweeny ad, referencing an old ad of a child star who was abused by Hollywood. But yeah, it was a callback to an old commercial. And Sydney Sweeny is the current day hot celebrity, so they chose to do it with her.
You hear the words coming out of your mouth, right? You agree with us. You're also like getting the ick as you explain it. Okay, dude.
They unfortunately failed to consider the fact that in current year, white people are not allowed to say that they have good genes because that is Nazi propaganda.
It is if you're saying blonde hair, blue eyes is what makes it good. What is good about blonde hair, blue eyes? As a guy with blue eyes, I had blonde hair as a baby, but decided to, like a Bene Gesserit, I have control over my body and I willed myself to be brunette. Chestnut. I don't know.
A blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes.
And the genes that are good are her blonde hair and blue eyes. And titties, obviously, is what they're going after. But that's weird. It's weird to describe. In fact, I would say the dialogue in Brooke Shields' creepy ad is less white nationalist, but still a little bit of that, right? Because that's kind of what they're doing. It's still the same thing, but it's like the verbiage is a little further from, like, you know, what Hitler said about the Aryan race. The boob genes, of course.
That is Nazi propaganda.
You don't get to drop lines about inherited traits, blue eyes, and great genes while zooming in on somebody that could have walked straight off of a Nazi propaganda poster.
A white, blonde, blue-eyed, Hitler's wet dream talking about how much she loves her genetics.
It's not just giving eugenics, it's giving male fantasy.
I like how eugenics and being attractive to men are like equally terrible things to these people.
That describes a lot about your personality. When someone says male fantasy and then you hear, oh, that's just being attractive to a man, that says to me that you perform your femininity for men, which I do not think is healthy. I don't think that's a good thing at all. Like Sarah, my partner, does not dress up for me. She does it because she likes how it makes her feel. She just likes the practice of it. It is a thing for her. It should not be externalized. That's good. I'm already attracted to her. You know what I mean? It disturbs me to think that you seek that. Like, not to feel attractive or whatever. That's fine and normal. But that you think that you have to act a certain way to get that instead of just, like, is there a different way that you'd want to act? You know what I mean? Like, if those things are congruent, I don't care. Like, if you're acting exactly how you want to act and expressing how you wish, that's great. But, I mean, like, and there's nothing wrong with expressing your femininity in any way, including the way June decides to. I don't care. But, like, or masculinity for that matter. But June doesn't agree with that.
Sydney Sweeney's jeans ad is giving ethnic steak propaganda. It is giving dystopian. It is giving 1940s Germany.
Why do they all speak the same? Why do they all do the same shit? They all say the same shit. It's giving. It's giving.
Put a blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned woman.
It's that boomer moment. It's just a parlance. It's giving. I mean, I don't know. Why did people say "what's up" for like a second in the 2000s? It's the same. People would just pick up each other's vernacular, and that becomes part of the thing. I don't know why you're upset. Boomer moment. It'll change over time. They'll say something else later. Just complaining all the time now. Just right-wing complainer. It's giving old angry lady.
In an ad and say she has good genes. I don't know if I can say this, but it's literally giving Nazi propaganda.
It's giving. Also, the flesh-colored microphone? Why? It's giving dick, okay? It's giving penis. It's giving cock.
I didn't think that at all, and I feel like a guy that would think something looks like a dick pretty quick. Like, I'm a guy that'll be like, that's a dick, for sure. I'm pretty sure it was hot pink. Yeah, I don't know. That doesn't look like a dick. It's so weird
to explain this, but there is a reason that they picked a girl named Sydney Sweeney for this ad, and it's not just her blonde hair and her blue eyes. Sydney Sweeney is laying with her German Shepherd dog in this shoe. Her name is Sydney Sweeney, so her initials are SS. They intentionally
I don't know about that, but I do think maybe you're probably going a little hard. Left-wing numerology. She's probably into crystals, yeah.
Included her German Shepherd dog.
The German Shepherd is weird, though. Who doesn't like a little puppy, though? I'm fine with the puppy. I don't care. This is the thing. Like, yes, and also the system of capitalism is going to do this. So it's just,
in the photo shoot.
Oh my god. Take your meds. Meds. Her name is Sydney Sweeny. Her initials are SS, like the Nazis. The dog is a German Shepherd. German, like the Nazis.
Well, I do think the German Shepherd is a little bit more on the nose with the messaging, actually, because they put the fucking dog there. Sydney Sweeny happening to have the SS thing, I think, is irrelevant. The dog is, of course, not irrelevant. They put it in the ad. It's suspicious, if you ask me. Probably intentional to get us to talk about American fucking Eagle so that we buy their stupid jeans. I'm not buying the jeans. Who wears jeans nowadays?
Are they putting crack in birth control nowadays? What is going on? She is a hot woman. She is a hot woman because of the way she looks. She looks the way she looks because of genetics.
Kind of.
She has great genes. That is how a normal person sees it. She's
so sort of. That's what they're doing. Like I just think maybe you are naive. I think why can't you just agree that capitalism will do something to be inflammatory to get talked about? Like you just can't conceive of them being in the know of this. I just don't understand how you can think the writers of the ad didn't say like, oh, this will be controversial. That's what they wanted.
blonde and has blue eyes and her initials are SS and she has a German Shepherd. Is how a schizophrenic, politically brain-rotted person sees it.
Hi, thanks for calling American Eagle. This is Jess. How can I help today?
Hi, I am a marketing student and was wondering if I could speak to someone who could maybe give me some insight as to what estimated return on investment there has to be willing to use white supremacy and eugenics as your marketing campaign.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't think calling the American Eagle hotline with some lady making minimum wage in fucking Pakistan or somewhere, like, I don't think you should be arguing with this fucking person on the phone. I think, but it is another example of how American Eagle is clearly not an ethical company. Okay, great example. Is this bait? It's just, like, who cares?
On a marketing campaign?
It's not worse than calling scammers. Well, I just don't think that lady has anything to do with it. Scammers are actually doing the thing, you know?
Harassing some poor worker, doesn't even fucking speak English, has all to do with the commercial. These people are sick.
Yes, I recently saw American Eagle's eugenics marketing campaign where they used that white blonde girl and talked about how good her genes were in a time where racism is rampant in the U.S.
I see.
I mean, this seems more like bait posting to me. I don't know. If this person is genuine, she's a little wacky, I guess. But like,
thank you for taking time to share your feedback.
Why are you bothering this random ass Filipino woman with your West Wing ass TED talk? Nobody gives a.
Okay, so there's no way to, as a student, I can't learn about when eugenics makes sense in marketing. No one on the marketing team can talk to me about that.
I miss like 50 years ago when these people would just be serial killers instead of doing whatever the this is.
You wish that she was a serial killer instead of being a little upset on the phone with somebody? I think a June enjoyer is like, she's making a joke, but it's like not funny. It's not a joke, really. What's the punchline? I don't know, dude.
Even got other celebrities seething.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and
That's kind of funny. Does Doja Cat suck or is she cool?
even eye color. My genes are blue.
Haha, she did a dumb redneck voice. Get it? Because all white people are dumb inbred hicks.
Whoa, sensitive. Whoa.
Good one, Doja. Hey, by the way, why are you pandering to the same exact people who got your ass canceled for wearing a Sam Hyde shirt once? They all think you're racist too, girl, but nice try.
So Doja can be dumb and wrong about whatever the fuck she's dumb and wrong about, and also validly make fun of the dumb ad. Like, June was genuinely butthurt about that. Jesus. I didn't know if you had white people talking like this, it makes them upset. But sometimes white people fucking talk like this. And other times, they fucking think like this. Relax. Good God. So upset. As a white, you're an Australian white. That's barely white. I don't think white people in America view Australians as white. You're quirky white. You're like white. You're like instead of Mountain Dew, you're Code Red Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? Like, it's different. It's not. You're viewed as different. The second you open your mouth, by the way, it's not an aesthetic thing. Australian off-white, I'll take it. That sounds good.
Hope they see this.
Doja Cat is making fun of Sydney Sweeney's ad only because she realized after all those years of her kissing up to white supremacists, they're never going to accept her because she's a half-black woman.
I mean, that's true.
Wearing the Sam Hyde shirt, you dating all these white supremacists. So make fun of the ad all you want, but we'll never forget you rolling around in those chat rooms showing white supremacists your feet so they can make fun of your black ass.
Oh.
All right.
They did see it, and they still hate you.
Okay, my opinion on politics has nothing to do with whether or not my chat loves me or fucking hates me, okay? Or fucking you. Or anybody. It's just because it's fucking correct. They're not gonna like you. Why do you have this opinion? Huh? This is how June decides her stuff. Are they nice to me? And it's like, yeah, right-wingers will be nice to you if you say stuff they like. They'll be mean to you when you don't. I can't believe it. Because now the political take is like, should Palestinians be murdered and slaughtered? Should immigrants have human rights? Should trans people be allowed in society? These are not like marginal, like, I don't know. Maybe we should give them the benefit of the doubt. No, they're just fucking killing people.
Weird adverts aside about how the best genes are characterized in a conventionally attractive white, blonde, blue-eyed woman.
Thoughtline news? So you think this guy is left-wing?
Not true. I mean, look at me. Within 5 years, or as soon as she shows any sign of aging, that's it. The moment she becomes visibly over 25.
Enjoy the ride now, babe, before you get too old and ugly and hit the wall.
Yeah, so like a right-wing guy? Framing that among the others to try to say that that's a left-wing person? So fascinating.
But wokely. This is just something
wokely? Thoughtline? Woke? I'm skeptical.
I've noticed in the decade of criticizing feminism on the internet, male feminists are the most misogynistic, sexist freaks ever.
That's not true, but also some men are definitely, I mean, whether they're left-wing or not, are misogynist freaks for sure. I don't think this guy's a feminist. Definitely on the right wing, you're more likely to find freaks. Misogynistic freaks. Pretty much all of them are. And they don't even realize how misogynistic they are. On the left, you'll find some misogynistic freaks. We have plenty, but like it's less. It just comes with socializing as a male. If you have socialized to be a man in your life, if you made it to 15, 16 years old, and people think you're a man and you've socialized, you know exactly all of the problems with being socialized as such. We are taught some crazy shit about women and autonomy and consent. Can't even talk about it. It's too woke. You hate men. Not really. I love them. All my friends are men, except for the ones that aren't. Some of my best friends are fellas.
When they finally have an acceptable, approved target to go after. God forbid you are a woman with the incorrect opinion, because hell hath no fury like a male feminist replying to you.
A strawberry blonde, blue-eyed woman marketing having great genes. This is just a whole fucking eugenics campaign, and I, for one, would like to throw myself off a balcony.
Do it. Do a backflip. Live stream it. Also, these people just straight up don't know.
Why are we mad at that guy? I guess she's so emotional in this one. Very mad. I don't know what's got her going on. I don't know what made her so upset. She wanted that guy to die. Did he say anything else that was actually fucked up? Or
know what the eugenics movement is. Talking about genetics is not eugenics. Sydney Sweeney did not say she had the best genes or superior genes or that other people had bad, inferior genes. Someone even made it like a fake ad, like, Beyonce has better genes, and it's like, why'd you pick the picture where she has like a blonde wig on?
This campaign is poking at women's greatest and most tender insecurity under the patriarchy, which is desirability and the beauty standard. It affects not only non-white women, even though this is clearly white supremacist, Aryan race propaganda, but it also adversely affects the majority of white women who do not naturally have blonde hair and blue eyes. Because yes, even the women who can achieve this look have to do it through artificial means in one way or another. The vast majority of white women are not naturally blonde. And of course, lots of white women are also insecure about having brown eyes. So that's a whole generation of young white women who are being further propagandized to purchase blonde hair dye and contacts for the rest of all time.
Okay, so you must be quite woke to understand all of this, of course. She's not wrong. This is this kind of ad campaign contributes. It's not the whole thing. It contributes to the kind of like beauty standards that is going to happen in pop culture, and it's going to happen for women in the culture underneath that. It's just one of many things. It's not like the thing that's going to do it.
What? Are attractive women just not allowed to model anymore because, like, God forbid it makes some other women insecure?
That is not what is being said. So she's been modeling before this. This is the ad that people are talking about it. I just don't... she can't, like... Is it just, like, she can't listen in good faith or what?
And as someone with brown eyes, I've never once felt insecure about having brown eyes. Like, yeah, I'm not going to get into hyperborea, but I've seen myself photoshopped with blue eyes. Horrifying. So we've gone from Nazi propaganda to genocide to racism to now poor little girls are gonna feel insecure because they don't have blue eyes like Sydney Sweeny.
Can you remember when, like, women were tanning a lot? Are they still doing that? A lot of tanning? It's the same thing. It's like a fake beauty standard put on people to try to like meet an expectation that's been put on them by ad campaigns and shit like that, and you just don't like realize it until later. You can't see how saying like my jeans are good and it's just Sydney Sweeny there. Like, I would understand if it was like it doesn't have to be wokely diverse, but like a few different people talking about the thing, it might come across a little bit different, but the words they used were just Nazi stuff. It's fine. She's so disingenuous or dumb. It's got to be a mix of both.
Another thing about the Sydney Sweeny beauty standard that is very important to note is that big boobs are a hallmark of what conservative men are attracted to. At the end of the early 2000s and through the 2010s, we were becoming a more progressive society, and so we also naturally progressed to be a more ass-centric society.
Ass-centric. Look, that's a pretty sophisticated take. I'd like to hear her out.
In the 2000s, we were...
Oh, we're just going to cut that? Okay, cool. I do think a connoisseur is about the ass. And really just the whole thing, frankly. You know what? I think the true wokeness is that it's all good. We just like it all.
We're becoming more progressive, so we started objectifying women's butts.
Objectifying women's butts? No, we were just more ass-centric. No, it was all butts. It's all butts. What do you mean objectifying women's butts? I'm sorry. So this seems to be a dichotomy here where it's like, oh, they won't let us like hot women. But also, you're not woke enough because you like hot women. Like, it sounds like the purity tests that you're worried about happening on the left are coming from your ass, not mine. You can say you like ass. That's woke. You guys like butts? Hell yeah. Me too. It's woke to like butts. I don't understand why you're trying to out-woke the person. You're like, well, that's not... you can't say that you like butts. Yeah, you can.
What? The communist utopia will be ass-centric, apparently.
Yeah. And lots of other stuff centric.
I didn't know the ass first thing was political. How does she know conservatives are all boob men?
By the way, I think they did a poll on this. I think this is actually a polled question that you can look up the data on. Definitely, conservatives are boob guys. They love big boobs. There's porn searches that show this.
Conservatives in the audience, are you a boobs or butt guy?
Boob.
What political affiliation are the feet men? Libertarians. Listen, they can try to disguise it with their little intersectionality buzzwords all they want, but at the end of the day, women just want a socially acceptable reason to hate other women.
I don't think I've heard anyone say, and therefore I hate Sydney Sweeny because she's just so attractive. I'm so mad because Sydney Sweeney's hot.
Good genes passed on to offspring? That American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeny is literally overt eugenics. I know you don't want to hear this, but if you want to talk about how that ad is promoting eugenics, which it absolutely is, we also have to talk about how choosing not to wear a mask when you can during an ongoing pandemic, because you're okay with a certain subset of people, primarily disabled people of color, dying for your own comfort, is also eugenics.
2025.
That was the joke? Stupid.
We are talking about wearing masks for COVID in 2025. I like how she's woke scolding the other woke scolds for not woke scolding about her particular pet issue. COVID broke the brains of so many of these people, man. It's because it's when the world was just a giant safe.
COVID's still around. You can mask up in places. If you think it's going to be a problem, fucking mask up. Especially if you're sick. If you're sick, mask up. It's way more important to mask up if you're ill. either way. If you're going to be like packed into something, I take masks on planes and shit. Coughing ass motherfucker. I don't need their germs on me. Or going to the hospital. Yeah, great time. I mean, just depends on what you're doing. It comes in waves. It's sort of endemic now, so.
HR Longhouse, where it was socially acceptable for them to be more
It's especially important in big cities.
busybodies and never leave their home. It was like the closest to their lib shit utopia that we have ever gotten, and they miss it.
I remember growing up in a predominantly white community, wishing myself out of this body, out of this culture, take my name, if it meant that I could wake up blonde-haired and blue-eyed, never having to explain who I am or worry about being accepted. That is why this American Eagle ad with Sydney Sweeney is especially off-putting.
Listen, I'm sorry that happened to you, but we live in a predominantly white country.
You're racist. Fuck. That's just what a racist says. I'm sorry, but it's white here.
If you go to another country, there will be a different beauty standard. If you go to the country...
A different beauty standard? Why do you like that beauty standards are foisted upon you?
If you have your ancestors, there will be a different beauty standard and maybe it will look more like you. But again, she didn't say her genes were better or the best. And it's not like all the hot popular celebrities look like Sydney Sweeney. Look at Ana de Armas. Look at Zendaya. They don't look anything like Sydney Sweeney. And they are known as very beautiful around Hollywood. This is why
Yes. And they're not in the ad talking about their blonde-haired, blue-eyed genes.
corporations in the media think in order to pander to the female gaze, everything has to be like average and frumpy and ugly.
First of all, I don't think the average person is frumpy or ugly. I also don't think that anyone's asking for anything to be frumpy or ugly. No one said anything about Sydney Sweeney changing how she looks. No one said a fucking thing.
Women can't stop fucking projecting their insecurities.
You're just wrong about this.
Not every character in a movie or a video game has to look like you. Not everyone in an ad has to look like you.
They're not saying that. No one is saying this. Why is this what you're fucking hearing? What? You're like shadow boxing.
Hell, the only time I see people who look like me is when I turn on the live-action Grinch movie. You notice men never say this shit, by the way? They usually go like, wow, that man is strong. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go to the gym. And women are like, wow, that woman is thin. I don't look like that. I'm gonna go complain. What?
I don't understand how you can think that about women. Who do you talk to? This is just not what is being said. This is just ridiculous. Just not listening, I guess, making up her own fucking thing in her head.
What to make Sydney Sweeney's jeans better? Like, why did you get that joke? All us woke people are saying is that it's just a little bit weird to directly reference European jeans as better.
Again, she never said that her jeans were better. You are making shit up.
Now, when you think of the all-American girl, like the standard of like American beauty, you probably think blonde hair, blue eyes, white girl, right? You're not supposed to think that way.
You're not supposed to think that way, guys. That's double plus ungood.
That's ingrained in you because of negative things that have been pushed on you by society.
When you think about the all-American woman, you should be thinking about an obese, transgender, disabled woman or something. What?
Do you see just a straw man that comes out of her fucking face? What is being said is, isn't it odd how even you agreed not most women are blonde-haired and blue-eyed white women? They're pushing the specific thing that was championed by Hitler specifically, blonde hair and blue eyes, where he didn't even have that himself, saying that this is like Aryan race purity. We're moving in towards white supremacist fucking government right now. I don't understand why this is shocking to you. Like, you're like blindsided. Oh, how could they see the connection? What?
What would be an acceptable vision of the American woman for this person?
What? To me, any woman that is an American, it doesn't matter. The idea, the construct in your head that she's talking about, that she's trying to dismantle in you, is the idea of a beauty ideal. Because it's not true. You listed other people, and you immediately said Zendaya and this other person, I forget. And look, they're also beautiful, right? That shows you that there's a breadth of beauty to behold. And now you're defending, there is an ideal, and they are less pretty inherently by not meeting the ideal. You don't, like, your internal worldview doesn't even fucking make sense. All that is being said is the ideal of having blonde hair, blue eyes is obviously silly. You could just look how you look. It's obviously silly to idealize this specific thing and then to code it with genetic information there to say, oh, my genes, that's what that does. It's obviously inflammatory. I'm more upset that she's like just not getting what people are saying than I am about any of the Sydney Sweeney stuff. This is so stupid. It's genuinely like watching someone just not get it over and over. It's horse to water thing, and the horse is just, she's the horse in this scenario. She's just chewing on the grass, and you're like, man, you gotta drink water. She refuses.
It's insane she's saying that we think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of negative things that have been pushed on us by society.
What?
No, bitch, we have eyes. And just because
That is not what is being said. She is not saying that you think Sydney Sweeney is hot because of the beauty standard. They are saying, no. They're saying that organizing your thoughts around, oh, so that's the beauty standard. That's what the weird part is. Thinking Sydney Sweeney is attractive is fine. No one cares. That is not what's being said. You are dumb.
is attractive does not mean you are also not attractive. Look at your full lips.
No one is saying that.
That is a standard of beauty I'll never live up to, but that's okay, because I have other things that are beautiful and unique about me, just like you have other things that are beautiful and unique about you, regardless if Sydney Sweeney is held up as the American beauty standard.
Dude, if you said that to the person that you're responding to in the TikTok, she'd be like, yeah, I fucking know this already. I'm not talking about this. Why are you bringing this shit up? Weird. Weird for you to talk about.
What are lessons your mother should have taught you? Not a YouTuber. Sydney Sweeney's ad shows a cultural shift towards whiteness. Advertisements are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Boo! A white woman. Oh, the fucking author is white. I hate these people, man. Shut up. Shut up. It's one thing when it's like a non-white person talking about how white people suck. It's like, okay, you're just racist. But when it's a
okay. So if someone's experience with white people as a non-white person is negative and they go, white people sort of have this like penchant for racism, you're like, oh, that's racism actually. Saying that they're racist is the racist thing. In fucking sane, June. Just totally lost the plot. She is just so fucking just brain dead now. It's been for a long time, but holy shit.
white person talking about white people suck, you need to be ground up into a pulp and fed to livestock. You would honestly be more useful that way.
If white people talk about how white people suck, you can't. Okay, so you're racist if you say, look, the culture of whiteness has been harmful, and there are things that are harmful about it. That's racist. And if you're white and you say that, ground up into dust, into cattle feed. Yeah. And you're like, no, this isn't Nazi stuff. What do you do? The joke is that you're like, yeah, they should be killed.
I think I suffer from whiteness.
I think if you're white and you're made upset by people saying this social project of trying to like really center whiteness is like weird. I think it'd be okay to acknowledge.
Ads are always mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. Popular American culture is, indisputably, becoming more puritanical and more conservative.
Definitely agree.
Puritanical? The focus of the ad was her tits and ass!
It kind of wasn't. It was like sort of suggestive because she was like putting the pants on a little bit, but it was like that kind of like acceptable, not even eroticism, like fucking sexuality of like it's a very conservative ad in my opinion. I think it comes across as conservative for sure. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know why you think tits has to be bleeped. You gotta get rid of the tits.
This is not at all a conservative, puritanical ad. Have you seen what the puritanical right thinks of Sydney Sweeney? They think she's a whore, okay? They think she's a whore. The backlash has been swift and fierce, and some of it, at least if you ask me, is fair. The internet has been quick to condemn the advertisement as non-inclusive at best. Non-inclusive? Why the f*** does everything have to be inclusive? It's a commercial with one fucking person in it. Sweeny exudes a source of vintage sexiness that caters to the male gaze. She embodies the near mythological girl next door beautiful but low maintenance sexy femininity that dominated the media in the 1990s and early 2000s. Oh wow, that sounds great. You're telling me that's fascism? Waiter, more fascism please.
This seems like propaganda at this point, doesn't it? Like every single time she has an opportunity, she's like, oh, actually Nazis sound cool. She literally did this on Twitter. My view on crime when I lived in the suburbs of Long Island versus my views on crime when I moved to the city. SpongeBob and Hitler. Every single time she has an opportunity, she is like, gotta hand it to the fascists, you know? I don't know, dude. Seems like a pattern to me.
What the f***? It's just so funny, like, the left is currently losing their mind about how, like, they need to get young men to vote for Democrats again.
The left. Yeah, describing the left worried about how to vote for the next Democrat is just losing the plot.
And here they are like, blondes with big titties are fascism.
That's not what people are saying. You're just illiterate. No one is saying that blondes with big titties are fascism.
This is not at all a conservative far-right ad. It's just a normal ad that would have ran like 15 years ago. But I guess that's what being far-right is nowadays.
She just keeps like affirming the left-wing position where they're like, yeah, this is pretty classic sort of like white supremacy stuff, sort of like just coded. They're trying to be playful with it, and the joke is, you know, kind of buried there. And it's just like it's like one layer deep, too deep for June or anyone like her to understand it, but it's like not too deep for anyone who can think to do it. So it like creates the discourse, and now this is it. This is where we're at. Genuinely, the fight for a better future is against stupid people, nefarious people, and stupid people, and it's mostly dum-dums being coordinated by the nefarious people.
Is being normal from 15 years ago. I love this random part of the article though. Young women are being radicalized through so-called clean skin care and healthy eating. So fascism is hot people eating healthy and having clean skin.
Oh my god. No. You fucking fool. It is what those initiatives contain beneath them. They hide under the guise of skin care and it'll be skin lightening. They hide under the guise of clean eating and it's anti-vax, anti-science shit. You just don't understand. Like, it's just pure ignorance and stupidity from start of video to end. And she gets rewarded for it all the time, man. It's so weird. She has this like affirmation cycle that goes through because she has like these sycophants that pop in, and like whatever she says, they're gonna be like, "Yep, you got it. You're catering. You're saying that men aren't bad. I agree with that." Just baffled by how just dumb. This is 30 minutes. I got 10 fucking minutes of this. I feel like I've been doing this forever. She's just so wrong about everything. It's crazy on a video I don't really care about. I don't really care about the Sydney Sweeny thing that much. She probably thinks that the Starship Troopers are the good guys type thing. This is that again. No, it's not white supremacists. The bugs are bad.
Goebbels himself could not make better propaganda.
Do you see what I'm saying? She's like, gotta hand it to the fascists.
Literally, as I am editing this video, the New York Times comes out with his opinion piece, Why the Right is Obsessed with Thinness. Yes. I would really, really appreciate if people stopped equating health and beauty to fascism.
Thinness is not health or beauty. I don't know why when you... I do know, I guess, because you are victim to this and dumb. The concept of thinness is not inherently healthy or beautiful. You just do the thing anyway because you're like pre-programmed to think thin equals pretty and beautiful, and therefore that's it. And it's like, man, they're using part of this for sure to move right on stuff, and like co-opting certain verbiage, and you like do it with them. Just silly.
Because if health and beauty are fascism, what is unhealthiness and ugliness?
I just don't understand why you say thinness. I don't hear someone who's a healthy weight. I hear Ozempic.
Unfortunately, a big part of socially progressive ideology is dismantling hierarchies and norms and challenging what society sees as conventional, traditional, and beautiful. A really good example of this was those statues that were put up like all over different cities of like a frumpy woman in leggings. And the artist says like the purpose of these was to like challenge conventional beauty standards. And it's like, imagine looking like one of these women and then hearing like, oh yeah, this was put up to challenge beauty. Like, what do you mean by that? Remember the whole body positivity movement?
Yeah, but those got put up and then y'all were just racist about it. Like calling her frumpy, right? How are you going to pretend that you weren't just the person doing the thing you said was bad? 1 second ago.
Movement like 10 years ago. Remember like all the fat influencers? Remember when every single ad was like this ad, for example? Calvin Klein's latest underwear campaign is breaking big boundaries. Big boundaries? Whoa, 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 whoa. What do you mean by that? While fashion is starting to seriously consider creating more inclusive environment for consumers, there is still a huge mountain to climb before it is truly considered diverse. Huge mountain? No, that's just mean. And that's why Calvin Klein, probably the most famous name associated with underwear, just launched a groundbreaking campaign. Groundbreaking? Oh, come on now. The campaign is all about feeling...
Bro, this is... Now she's doing the thing. So now it's just fat jokes, I guess.
Free to express yourself, being uninhibited, and being provocative by challenging the norms we see on a regular basis. See? Challenging norms. It's all about challenging norms.
I mean, it's all about challenging norms. I just think it's okay to depict other people that exist in the world in your ads for stuff. It's okay to depict Sydney Sweeny. What seems suspicious is to say her genetics are really pretty superior, you know? That's what they're doing.
This reminds me of that protein world controversy from 2015. Old heads will remember. I wrote an article about it for the Libertarian Republic. Wow, that was a long time ago. But anyway, a billboard with this ad for a protein powder supplement was put up and people lost their fucking minds. They vandalized it, they threatened to get a bunch of the employees fired, they threatened to go where the company was located with hammers, all because they committed the great crime of body shaming by daring to have a thin, attractive woman on their ad. This ad made other companies come out with their own like little virtue signaling things like passive aggressive, like everybody is ready. Every beauty magazine was pumping this out at the time, just fat, 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 fat.
So you're upset about this. They all look good. Like, what are you upset about? Why can't they, like, do you hear yourself? Like, you're like, oh, they're doing this. They were doing it, but it was woke. It's woke. They're all so fat. And it's like they're just normal, good-looking people. Fat. Just shut up, dude. So now it's like you hear yourself, right, June? Like you're the guy doing this. You're the one with the weird fucking misogynist standards for women. You think they need to lose weight to be pretty or something? I disagree. Disagree bravely.
The rise of like Tess Holiday and the
What is wrong with this? People look like this. You can do both. Sydney Sweeny can be hot and Tess Holiday can be hot at the same time. You can do both. It's just like like you don't even understand. The person earlier that was saying like you have been drilled into your head that this is the only acceptable kind of beauty, and then when it gets challenged at all by them just literally existing and getting like modeling jobs, you're upset about it. I don't understand why.
Hashtag F your beauty standards. Oh my god. You could not escape this. Also, suspiciously, body positivity only seemed to mean obese women. But yes, everywhere you look.
Big boys get love too. I agree that men and the system that they have set up is not good at making men feel attractive. Like toxic masculinity pervades all of this, and yes, men are held to beauty standards as well that are untenable for most. Congrats, you're woke, I guess.
It was like fat, 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 and everyone was like, yes, queen. Well, now we live in Ozempic world, and the fat acceptance movement seems to have died.
Do you hear yourself? You are agreeing with the leftists.
Like many of the fat influencers, unfortunately. And these same types of people...
Name who fucking died?
Are like crashing out about the Sydney Sweeny ad because they really do feel like all the work they...
If you're fat, you're dead. You're dying. Thanks, June. The body positivity. It's over for you, fatties.
Have done to like socially engineer people's behavior and preferences.
You're not even hearing yourself. Oh yeah, they're being socially engineered, not me. I only think skinny people can be attractive. Like, listen to yourself.
Has been just like destroyed overnight. Who would win? Decades of propaganda? One big booby girl.
Propaganda. Decades of propaganda. This is the propaganda. You're holding the propaganda. I don't understand why. June. She's just fucking banging her head into the sand next to the water. Is this drinking water? No, it's not drinking water. Just clopping around, going everywhere but the water hole to drink from.
Girl. I wrote in the old article, I can't say I'm too surprised at the backlash towards this model's body. We are living in a world where instead of striving to better ourselves and live a healthy lifestyle, praising obesity and unattractiveness is becoming the norm. Well,
even here, you are subscribing to the thing. Praising obesity and unattractive, like saying obesity is unattractive is just crazy to me. No one agrees except for sickos. There are millions of people all over, billions of people on this earth. Chubby, fucking like crazy. They're lovers. They got kids. They got families. Starvation does damage to your heart. This is the woke mind virus. The woke mind virus is allowing yourself to be like, yeah, people can be attractive in all shapes and sizes. It doesn't really matter to me. It never has mattered to me. There's a difference between being healthy and being thin. Not always the same, man.
well, she went ahead from 10 years ago, you will be happy to hear that it seems like it's no longer the norm. Because apparently not just American Eagle, but like Dunkin' Donuts and Arby's are using hot people in their ads again. Is the culture truly healing, or are we about to go into a deep financial recession?
The culture is not healing, or no, the culture is not healing. The culture is going to the right. You just showed blonde. The guy before,
Eagle, but like
blonde.
Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, I guess, sorry. Light brown. He's doing the same thing.
And Arby's.
Yeah, they're doing the same thing. And it's fine to have little white people, but she got a little cross on. You know, like, this is right-wing coded stuff. I don't know how to describe it. She got the tan. She's got the Republican makeup even kind of going on. Not 100%, but it's still there. Like, you see the line here. Yeah, man. I mean, they're I don't know how to describe it to you. You are being exploited by the capitalist class that's telling you that this is somehow your standard. And it's like, she can look fine, he can look fine, but he's not. Like, there's people outside of these that look fine too, and you can include them in your thing. They don't all have to be like skinny white people, and that's okay. But you freak out when it happens. And you go, oh, this is woke. It's like, it's so weird. You're screeching SJWs. Right-wingers, especially people like June, screeching SJWs. That's all they are.
Questions we should be asking. Angry Reddit freaks also doxed Sydney, looking through her voting records, and found out she is a registered Republican. One of the most common things I saw about this were how, like, all the women getting mad about Sydney Sweeny were ugly, and I don't think that's true. There were some, like, pretty people in there. But it got onto this topic that I see all the time, and
like, even how she framed, there were some pretty people in there. It's so weird.
That is, why are liberal women so ugly? Leftists are ugly, conservatives are hot, which is not true, by the way. I was at January 6th, okay? But for the most part, stereotypes exist for a reason, right? Conservatives are, well,
Stereotypes exist for a reason. You just said, you got so fucking mad when someone talked about how white people act. You're like, you can't stereotype white people. You can't stereotype white people. That's fucking racist. But stereotypes exist for a reason. For everybody else, of course, not for us cockies. No. We're too pure and delightsome.
Conservative with the way that they present themselves. They tend to follow norms and beauty standards, which is why, for example, the media called Hassan
I think I suffer from whiteness.
on a, quote, progressive in a MAGA body.
In a MAGA body. Yeah, it is weird.
And how so many women on dating apps nowadays are looking for a man who votes Democrat but looks like a Republican. Everyone is aware of the stereotypes. And with leftists, you know the stereotype, like the overweight, blue hair, nose ring. They're not all ugly, of course, but many purposely make themselves look ugly.
It's just so weird. Like, they're purposely making themselves look ugly. You can't see your own shit happening. Like, you're the person that's doing the misogyny here. You're the person that's doing the bad beauty standard thing. You're carrying this out in real time. I don't understand. I don't understand why under your wig you're going to say that other people's decisions are like bad. You know what I mean? Like, you can't just fucking be this insecure person and then also be like, hey, anybody else for expressing yourself in a way that I wouldn't? That's cringe. Like, huh? Shut the fuck up, idiot. People get to look how they look, man. People get to express how they express. It doesn't have to be fucking attractive to you to be valid.
Because being ugly is saying f you to the man.
It's not. What do you mean being ugly? I just don't fucking understand what this means. Being yourself and like not saying that you want to dress a certain way so that you could signal to other people that you are a norm following right winger. Like, I don't understand how that is just somehow ugly to you. It's fucking strange. It sounds like Nazi shit.
Marcel Duchamp's art piece, Fountain, which was literally just a urinal, was a f you to art institutions and classical ideas of beauty. Those f***ass ugly concrete block brutalist buildings are another example. Brutalism emerged after World War II as a post-war modernist style, in part created as a f you to the classical architecture celebrated by, drumroll, the Nazis. Now,
so do you see what you're doing here? Like, and she knows. She's handing it to the Nazis again. Look at her. This is also brutalist, frankly. This is not like you could. This is not like a Doric column. This isn't a fucking, you don't have Rococo going on here. This is highly borderline super brutalist, but then they have some fucking filigree at the top. Come on. Stop. Just handing it to the fucking Nazis.
Now think of those concrete buildings and the urinal and apply it to broader society. Basically, the blue hair and nose ring is a f you to, well, Sydney Sweeny.
I mean, not really. I don't think anyone's like, oh, I hope Sydney Sweeny is triggered by my nose ring. You're just dumb, dude. Nose rings look good. People look good when they express themselves. Look however you want. I just don't understand. Yeah, they're mad about the ad, by the way, not Sydney.
Hitler existed, so now everything has to be fat and ugly. Sorry. I don't know why so many on the left want to give the concept of beauty and health to the right, but it is not a winning strategy. Listen, I just want everyone's basic needs met, alright? I don't want people going in debt if they get into a car accident, or be homeless, or get sent to foreign wars. I didn't sign up for this stupid shit. It is funny, though, how, like...
You can't get people's basic needs met if you don't agree that the things keeping them from doing that are the capitalist system and white supremacy, like, and Christian fascism. Like, these are all the things keeping those from happening, and then you're just like, yeah, I guess we'll get there through agreeing with the right wing and denying myself all of the things that I think that we should have.
Every time Sydney Sweeny is on camera, there's like a right-wing article like, woke is dead! Wokeness is no match for Sydney Sweeney's undeniable beauty. Are Sydney Sweeney's breasts double D harbingers of the death of woke? Was that girl right about conservatives being boob guys? She might have been right after all. Honestly, this doesn't really make sense because, like, the left are the ones trying to normalize porn and, like, OnlyFans culture and stuff like that. If anything, there is too much boobs everywhere.
Pick a fucking opinion. So now we're too sex positive. We're not we were puritanical, now we're too sex positive. Pick a fucking side. Porn is fine. I do not care. The bad thing about porn is the exploitative capitalist system that had driven it for a long time. It still does to some extent. But really what you're mad about and what right-wingers are mad about now is that women in general or whoever can just upload their own shit with minimal middleman shit, like on OnlyFans or whatever, the Fansleys or whatever the other sites are. And then white men mostly just get upset about not having ownership of the sexuality of the women, right? Oh, women get to go do this. Well, I don't. I want to have sex with her, and I don't get to, and so I'm jealous because I don't get to, and I don't get to do it. You just don't understand how this works, I guess. You just like it.
We need to calm down a bit. But when it comes to Sydney's like classical bombshell beauty, like I kind of get where they're coming from. Sydney Sweeney is a hot white woman who does not mind catering to the male gaze after we had a decade of hearing about how the male gaze is bad and toxic.
The male gaze is bad and toxic. Like, I don't think this is cute. Because it's like, this gives pedophilia to me. I had to remember to say it's giving. It's giving pedophilia to me. It reminds me of what they did to Britney Spears and Brooke Shields and all that. It's the same thing. You give her like a little piece of candy, and it sort of like child likes her a little bit.
Gaze after we
get the little thing going on, like it's a little more child. She looks like fucking John Benet Ramsey. Fucking, you know, it's okay if you want to look like this. I don't care if that is her personal expression. Very different from let's dress her up and sell stuff. Totally different vibes. If she just chose to walk around like this, I don't have any thoughts about it. But she doesn't. That's not the only thing that's going on here. I don't even know how to even describe the ills of capitalism on someone that's fucking brain dead.
A decade of hearing about how the male gaze is bad and toxic. A decade of hearing about how white people are bad and toxic.
Just missing the conversation.
A decade of ugly, angry, fat androgyny seeping its way into everything and anything.
How is this ugly, angry, fat, or androgyny? Why does it have to be? Why is this was the whole? This is just the only part of culture we experienced?
When people say Sydney Sweeney is anti-woke, I don't even think they mean politically. I think they just mean like Sydney Sweeney is like looking into a time portal back to 1992, a time when porn addiction wasn't such a big issue. Every woman didn't show her hole online for $5. Hookup apps didn't exist. It's like a bunch of millennials and Zoomers are longing for a time they never experienced. But yes, this is
I don't know why you think those things are tied into the conversation. It wasn't a bunch of porn-addicted fuckboys talking about this topic that you just bitched about.
Cultural shift, but not necessarily a conservative one. Just a return to, like, normalcy. A return to normal Americana consumerism.
Yeah, normal Americana consumerism is a right-wing fascist enterprise, ultimately.
2065, conservatives are gonna be like posting people twerking like, return! These same TikTok freaks who are attacking Sydney Sweeney have been sounding the alarm about this cultural shift for some time now. And we see a bunch of celebrities embracing like looking normal and healthy again. Like Demi Lovato is a perfect example of this. She was an obese, short hair, walking stereotype, crying about a frozen yogurt place, daring to sell sugar-free frozen yogurt.
I walked in, was so triggered that I left without froyo.
To now being skinny and healthy and married, and even
skinny and healthy and married.
Making a
looks like Ozempic skinny.
TikTok dancing happily in that same frozen yogurt place.
I'm glad that she's happy.
The singer returning to the scene of the crime Wednesday, poking fun at herself on her social.
That's part of the reason these people are freaking out and saying like fascist aesthetics, because they know the chokehold they have had on culture is losing its grip.
It seems to me that she thinks the leftists were like really big in charge because some corporations made ads about that included the wokeness.
Once Sam Smith goes back to being normal, that's when I know the culture is healing. Thankfully, American Eagle did not bend the knee and did not apologize to the horde. In fact, they doubled down. Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes. Her genes, her story. Wait a minute. Her genes, her story. HH. Uh-oh. Now, I can sit here and say the obvious, like, these corporations just want to...
She really loves doing that. She has brought up Hitler so many times, bro.
Pander to you. They just want to sell you like, yeah, obviously. But have you considered?
And always in a good light.
It's good when corporation pander to me, personally. I just realized so much of American political discourse is like...
No, it wasn't good when corporation pandered to anyone. You're not listening to the conversation.
Around f***ing corporations and ads. The Gillette commercial, Bud Light, Protein World.
All of those were right-wing freaks freaking out. It's still right-wing freaks like you freaking out.
There are so many...
This is stupid.
Examples, like, it's just crazy.
This video should have been 15 minutes long.
You know, so much of our politics revolves around consuming things. I will buy blue team product. I will buy red team product. Bleak.
I just don't know how she doesn't hear herself.
Conclusion.
Since the beginning, you've like red team product good, red team product good, red team product good.
We are tired of ugly. There's hot people in ads again.
And then you just agree with him all over again. Like, he's so stupid.
The white woman is back, baby. Let's go. 500 trillion more to Israel. Nobody can afford a fucking house. World is run by pedophiles. But woke is dead, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah. So if you like this video, please subscribe.
Why are you making videos about Sydney Sweeney if you want to talk about Palestine instead? Make a good video about fucking not supporting Israel or something. What the fuck are we here for? It's just so cynical. She's so cynical. She's like, I'm going to get 1 million views for this video, and I'm just not going to talk about the real important thing that I actually care about, apparently, at the end of the video. This is all bullshit. We're talking about bullshit the whole time, but actually, we have these important things we should be discussing. What the fuck are you here for, then? Make that fucking video. She just sucks, dude. She fucking sucks. June's fucking sucks, dude.